Hello everyone, I'm DonTheCrown, and today we're going to talk about how to get more card experience. Because if you watched yesterday's video where we talked about how to turn card XP into damage for your raids, I mentioned that I had a method to get a lot of card XP. I'm going to share that with you today. And yes, this is probably going to make some people mad because they've been taking advantage of this, but this is just good information to get into the hands of everybody. And so this method will get you a lot of card XP, and I mean a lot. Now, there are a lot of ways to earn card experience, from running Cube, Chaos Gate, heck, even Infinite Chaos Dungeon will give you card experience, but all of them pale in comparison to this place, and this is Argon. Now, this is probably an island you've been to like 1 or 2 times, grabbed your Makoko seeds and Island Soul and pieced out, and never thought about coming back to. But I actually come here every single day, and it's on my Bifrost, and this has helped me make a lot of card experience. Currently, right now, I'm up to 2.47% demon damage, and I've got another 1.5 million card experience in the bank, and I have not purchased any of the pay-to-win card pack stuff for XP, and I've only gotten a little bit of card XP from the current gold toad vendor, and so I've been grinding out a lot of card XP here. And so this island is in the sea to the east of Shoeshire and north of Arthentine, and the main feature of this island is that every single day there will be these ice blocks that are spawned on the island, and you can attack them to turn them into statues. Now, Maxroll kind of is a decent guide about how to go about doing this, but I kind of want to explain this a little further. Now, every single time that you do make one of these statues, you're going to earn a little bit of gold and a decent chunk of card experience. And every single day you can earn about 165,000 card experience and 550 gold from just doing this. And this can take you anywhere from like 20 minutes to almost an hour if you're messing up. But for the most part, it's pretty easy to do once you figure out how to do it. So the things that you're going to need are a character that can get to the island. I would highly recommend that they be in tier 3 and have their tier 3 weapon, but you don't need any other gear, and in fact you're going to want to unequip all of your gear and unequip any crit pet. I recommend having Spirit Absorption. You're also probably going to want a low level weapon. I got this one from the East Luteran Port City. There's a low weapon vendor. And then last but not least, you're going to want the Makoko Skillet. Makoko Skillet is a reward that you get from Ignia tokens, and you get them from 2 Ignia token rewards. And the reason you want the Makoko Skillet is because this has a base attack value of 1. Now, this can still crit for 2, and that kind of is unfortunate, and this is why we try to get rid of as much crit as possible, but you want the skillet for sure. The way this works is that you're going to want to knock down the pillar's HP all the way until it's barely a sliver of red left showing, and then equip your low level weapon and lightly tap it until it's completely gray bar. And then from this point, you're either going to punch it a whole bunch of times or shoot it very lightly with your weapon until you get to just before it breaks, and then you'll get out the skillet and smack it down all the way until it's finished. Now, the first time you do this, it'll be pretty difficult for you to know exactly how much you should hit the statue. And what I just recommend is trying to take it nice and slow and try to figure out exactly how many hits it's taking you and trying to do as little intervals as possible. One thing is I was kind of messing up when I first started doing this is as opposed to using the sniper rifle, I was using the pistols. And there's a couple of different animations in there when you're using the pistols to attack, and these all do different damage. And so instead, I very consistently just use the sniper rifle to chunk down the amount that it is. Now remember that you're still going to have a little bit under 2% crit, so some weird stuff will probably happen where you crit multiple times and messes up. Don't worry about that. You just kind of want to figure out what the average best time is. For me, what I was doing originally, it was I'd shoot down with a whole bunch of skills on my tier 3 weapon, and I would switch to my low tier weapon, knock it down to gray, and then I would punch it 42 times before getting out the skillet. Eventually I went to Trixian and realized that, hey, these 42 punches are about the same as 4 shots with my low tier weapon and then a couple punches, and so I've been doing that ever since, and it's a little bit less consistent, but it is a little bit faster for sure. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the island. Things to note is that there will only ever be 11 statues active at any given time, and once these statues are made, There will be no more until it resets for the day. On the NA East servers right now, due to daylight savings time, these are resetting at 7 p.m. Eastern, and I've heard that the EU ones are resetting around midnight or 1 a.m., and at this time, basically all of the statues will break, and then it'll take a little bit of time for the uncut statues to be respawned, and they can spawn all over the place. Now, if you accidentally break a statue, you hit it too hard, not a big deal. It'll respawn in one of the random spots on the island, but once 11 statues are made, it will be done for the day. Now, you will notice that there is a channel system on this particular island, so if enough players happen to mob the island, yeah, they could probably see 2 or 3 different channels of Argon, which I would assume would all have their own unique statues, but for the most part, I've only really ever seen one channel here, and I rarely see any players out here taking advantage of this, which is why I'm making this video. Now, if you do see other players that are out here trying to work on statues, be kind and don't mess with their statues, just allow them to work. But if you do see people that are like hitting with the Makoko skillet way too early, like when there is still health bar on top of the statue, let them know, help them out a little bit and help them get their island soul, and I'm sure they'll be really thankful. Hope this video helped you out, and we'll see you again in the next one. Come by the stream.